Yeah. Back at the barbecue with Q and Joe Sav on BeatOnUpRadio.com.
What's going on, people?
Come on. This segment of our show is called Village Voices. So we wanted to welcome a very special young lady, you know what I mean, with a great talent, phenomenal talent.
Very special. Very young.
Not like that, not that kind of special. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not a yellow bus special. But
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So mad.
No. And she can get that. Don't even worry about that. She's actually world renowned. World renowned. A spoken word artist, right? Poet, and a whole bunch of other things. Oh, you know what? She's a mentor, and she's a community activist, all in one. Okay, and she goes by the name of TERISA SIAGATONU. Everybody, give it up for TERISA. Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Damn, look at that. She got the voice for it too.
They're coming out the woodwork.
Come on now,
Good evening,
man.
radio
T,
people.
T, how we doing?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you for having me on the show tonight.
You
I'm
know
really
what?
excited.
It's an honor. It's an honor to have you. I actually know T personally, right? And she actually hails from the Bay Area.
Yay!
Bay Area stand up.
415.
Come on now,
408 510.
Wow. Okay. 510-418. Yeah. 808. Oh, okay.
408.
408. Sorry about that. Anyways, we wanted to welcome this young lady because you know what? She's been causing quite a stir for a minute, right? Hailing all the way from the Bay. She came out here to LA because she's been doing some work in community, right?
Yeah.
She went to school at UCLA.
No.
Oh, sorry. So no. She was employed at UCLA. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So she was.
I didn't get into
she was
UCLA, but I was good
Oh,
enough to work
what
there.
school did you go to?
I went to UC Santa Cruz. I was
Banana
banana
Slugs.
slugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were division
Zero?
3.
Oh,
It's the same as
okay.
division.
Yeah, Division 03. Nice.
No, but I worked at UCLA. I was the project director for PEER, the Pacific Islander Education Retention Project.
Nice.
So shout out to PEER, shout out to
Uh-huh.
UCLA, to all the folks who created the program, college access program for high school students.
Nice.
So question: What actually brought you down to LA from the Bay or after UC Santa Cruz? Let's talk about that.
Right after I graduated from college, I was actually part of this pipeline program through Okapica, which is how I met you.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
wow?
we met 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I was one of 13 Pacific Islander interns for this health internship, and I was able to meet a lot of folks through that opportunity, and one of them was the former project director for PEER, and she had told me that she was leaving at the end of that year and that I should think about applying, and I did, and fortunately I got it. So yeah. So what
Nice.
honestly brought me down was the gift of having networked with a lot of folks in the PI community, and
Okay.
then also getting the opportunity to work down here for the year was great. So
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Man. big
So
ups.
so before she rockets, skyrockets into stardom, she
Yeah.
wanted to work with the people, right? She wanted to work with the people
in the trenches.
in the trenches.
Oh, good
Because
Lord.
Lord knows that Q and I have worked within the trenches.
and
Actually,
they kicked us out of the trenches.
yeah, come on now. I actually still live in the trenches, so
I'm from the
it's
trenches.
it's not like I go anywhere. I mean, I work there. That's probably the only reason why. Yeah, I'm still there. So
Yeah, I mean, like when you grow up in that community,
Yeah.
like you know what your responsibility is when you get out. You don't really leave.
okay.
You just leave to get resources to
So
come back.
so tell us about where you grew up and that whole environment.
I grew up in the North Beach projects in San Francisco.
Uh-oh.
Really low income working class.
What was that? What part of that?
That was North Beach is like the backyard of Fisherman's Wharf, and it was really random because Fisherman's
I
Wharf.
love that place.
Right, but Fisherman's Wharf was a big touristy area, but North Beach Projects was the projects. It was really weird. It was just like a housing project in the middle of this big tourist attraction. And
Okay.
we lived there, my family and I, and grew up really poor, working class, right next to Chinatown, living with 14 people in a 4-bedroom apartment. You know what I mean?
Everybody was cupcaking.
Right.
Man,
That's all
everybody's
good.
eating
I
Simon.
mean,
Man,
and then my dad was in the military, so he was stationed in Arizona for a minute, and then he retired.
Gotcha.
And then my family and I moved to San Jose, and we lived in San Jose for most of my life until I went to college, Santa Cruz, in 06.
wow.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
sad.
so while you were there, right?
Yeah.
You joined sort of like this group, right? And what you do now, right? Because you're a spoken word artist. I'm not trying to kind of pigeonhole you into say that that's all you do, but you know, you've actually been recognized nationally, globally, globally on that craft, right?
Right.
So, like, how did you get into that?
I honestly got into it in college. UC Santa Cruz has a big spoken word community, and so I got introduced to spoken word through just watching an open mic one night my freshman year of college, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, they're talking so fast, but is it poetry? Is it rap? I don't know what it is. And so I started YouTubing things, and I started learning more through watching Def Poetry Jam. And then I started writing myself, and then I like tried it out at open mics, like maybe I should try out what I'm writing and performing it, and the audience response was really positive. And so from there, from like the beginning of my college like years, I just started performing more and more. And then it wasn't until my junior year of college I got more involved on the competitive aspect of it in going out for the UC Santa Cruz Poetry Slam team, in which there's actually college nationals in which college teams go to and represent their university and try to vie for the #1 spot, just for bragging rights. There's nothing really that you win except for to say that you're the #1 team. And yeah, so in 2010 our team took second in the country, so that was pretty cool. And I was also on the team in 2011, so yeah.
Wow.
Man, you know what I mean? Def Comedy Jam, they put like this great mechanism for poets to come from all over the world, right?
Yes, yeah.
And so you were out. I mean, that's what inspired you to do it, because you just came back from a trip, right? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, you want to get into that right now?
Yeah, sure. So back in November, I put in a application for this video challenge called What's Your Story video challenge, put on by the Asian Pacific Islanders White House Initiatives.
Okay.
And so the challenge was to make a 3-minute video about who we are, what we do in our Asian Pacific Islander community, what unique experiences influence who we are, and things like that. And so I talked about being an arts educator, being a spoken word artist, and working in the community. And long story short, I was picked as one of the awardees, one of the finalists. So the prize was to go to the White House.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
Yeah.
You went to the White House.
I did.
You know what's so crazy is that Q said that he went there and he met Barack, but it was sort of like a self-imposed picture of him.
Man, I was bulldozing all
Yeah.
kind of people. I was like, I'm about to get to the president.
Yeah,
I was
it was a guy. It was an
trying.
impersonator that looked like Barack.
Oh.
And yeah, so it didn't even come out right. But so you got to go to the White House and perform for them.
I did. That was a big honor. I went 2 months ago in April, and so the event was we were put on a panel to talk more about the work we do in our communities as API leaders.
Nice.
And so
Now, what is API? Just in case
My
somebody
bad.
out there doesn't
course.
know, right?
Come on now.
API stands for Asian Pacific Islander, and I was lucky enough to be the only Pacific Islander that they chose as a finalist, and so I was really honored to be there, represent, and speak on behalf of our community. And I was especially ecstatic that my family was able to make it, because at first it was just supposed to be my grandpa and my mom, but 13 people actually came. You know how we roll.
Wow,
Yo,
she brought
rolls.
the block.
She rolls deep.
Brought the whole family.
She
Man.
brought the block out there.
Come on.
Yeah, so that was the biggest highlight, was just having my family be there to witness and not have me just be like, oh, I'm just a poet, but them actually hear what I actually do.
And seeing it at a venue like that.
Like the White House.
It's
yeah.
the White House. Come on.
That's like
So-
check that off the bucket list.
Yeah, so
For real.
Michelle and Barack didn't stop by. Is that what you're saying?
No, they were busy. Something was
busy?
going on
Ah,
the
they're
other
running
side of
the
the house.
country.
They were doing something that has to do with the United States.
That was running the country.
Yeah,
Leaders
whatever.
of the free world.
We gave them an invitation.
You
Yeah.
know what,
Everything
Barack?
was me.
I know you listen to the show, Barack.
Come on now.
Michelle, I know you listen to the show.
Come on, Mish.
I know you listen. Next time my girl is over at the White House, we're gonna need you to put the pen down, step
Come
away
out
from
of the
de-
Oval Office.
Come out
I
of
know
the
you were
Oval
there.
Office.
I was
Put the
trying to say
cheeseburger
hi.
down. Put the cigarette down.
They eat cheeseburgers and smoked speaker? Come
Yeah,
on.
supposed to be-
Smoked
supposed to-
I need to do some spoken word.
Yeah.
Some unspoken word.
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
Right?
Freestyle.
Yeah.
So can we? All right. Can we put you on the hot seat?
Okay.
Sure.
Can we?
I
Can we
take
do
it.
it? Can we do a piece?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So let's talk about what we're gonna do right now.
So I have a few pieces in mind, but I will start with, okay, so this one I had written in college as I was getting ready for the 2011 Slam team that I was part of. And I wrote it in response to just me being a student of color at UC Santa Cruz campus that was predominantly white, you know, and I went to school with a lot of folks who thought they knew me better than I knew myself. And so I wrote this poem in response to, no, you don't know me better than I know myself. This is what you don't know, and I'm about to tell you. So
Yo, just so everybody knows out there, She is an artiste. We're going to let her do her piece as it was written,
Yes.
because the aunties and the uncles are listening.
Come on now.
This may be a little bit for the mature audience.
Yeah, we don't get black eyes after this.
Yeah, so if you are not mature enough, we're going to give you 5 seconds to turn down the barbecue and then
Come on.
turn it back up after.
Yeah.
All right.
Self-expression.
you go.
Self-expression. Here we go.
Okay, so this is TERISA SIAGATONU.
Here we go. Something tells me not to make a passion out of all of this. To think twice about what I'm doing up here, that if I'm not careful, I might forget that this strip of stage that I stand on is nothing more than a wooden plank. So if I slip, this mic at my mouth now open will not save me if I sink, if I get too comfortable. I may do something drastic like tell you the truth about what people of color actually think, and do this all eloquently with class, like this university had taught me, with kind of class that I don't raise my hand in, the kind of class that I do not come from. Careful that my volume and my anger don't cause a forest fire in my throat, don't burn easy, so that I'm not too brown for your discomfort. But here I stand, weaning myself off of tongue chewing and silence, ready to pour out all of the eggshells that I am so sick and tired of walking on. Let me tell you about this here skin. Divide our people up like farm animals and conquer like God was going to come down here himself in John Hancock, the eviction notice. Our islands are not trading cards for your leisure. Our women are not artifacts in a museum for you to gawk at and imitate. These hips will not teach you how to hula. So keep your curiosity tucked underneath your breath. This ignorance is why I have to constantly remind myself that I am not a tourist attraction to your next island getaway. Don't 5-star hotel our homelands just because you decided to tie the knot. Whatever scraplings are left of us after you, James, cooked our remains and prepackaged them for your hunger pains is all we've got. Metal hooks hang from my vernacular when I spit, so that folks who are 3 shades lighter than me can have a place to latch on and wash away their guilt. I'm sorry, but it doesn't